Right, good day everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to have a look at Railroads Online. That released on console on Thursday the 5th, 2 days ago as I make this video, in fact. And I attempted to make a video on this yesterday, to be honest. I was doing a full voiceover on the tutorials, creating a video, and then I got a little bit tied up on some of the control systems of the game, so I chose not to upload that, and I'm going to have another attempt at it today to show you what the crack is. So this has been in early access on PC for quite some time, I believe, and has come out of early access on PC now, and to coincide with that it's also come to consoles, but only PS5, Xbox Series S and X, no Nintendo Switch and no last gen consoles as I understand it. Now, when I picked this up, I picked up the standard edition. Well, I say I picked up the standard edition. I picked it up, and within seconds of it finishing downloading, I then realised by clicking on the three dots on the PlayStation Store or on the game title that there was a expanded edition of the game available for an extra £1. Or just over an extra £1, about £1.53 or something daft like that, which includes 2 pieces of DLC, which on their own are worth about 11 to 12 quid for those 2 pieces of DLC. So I contacted Sony, got a refund for the standard edition. Once they'd issued that refund, I then picked up the expanded edition for the extra £1.50 or so, and got the 2 pieces of DLC, as you can see on the right hand side there, the Explorer pack and the Pioneer pack. The game is on offer on PlayStation Network. I don't know about Xbox, but it is on an introductory offer anyway at the moment, with a saving to be had up until I think the 19th of December. So instead of £35 for the standard edition, it is £27.99 here in the UK. And I believe the version that I picked up, the expanded edition that I swapped it to for £29.50 something, normal RRP on that is 40 English pounds, British pounds. So anyway, without further ado, I'm going to get stuck in, and what I'm going to show you, I'm going to have an attempt at doing what I did on my video that I was trying to create yesterday, which is to do the tutorials, and hopefully I don't get tied up on control systems and whatnot this time. So let's jump straight in. It doesn't mark, I mean, I have done these tutorials, but it doesn't mark down that I've done them. It doesn't put a tick by them or give you any kind of kudos for doing them, but I have done them. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to do them again. I will tell you straight away that when I first fired this up, I'm running this in performance mode, so I should be target should be around about 60 frames a second, at the expense of some visual fidelity maybe. I don't know, I'm running it on the PS5 Pro, so I don't know if the PSSR is going to be doing its little magic in the background to give me an increase in the fidelity anyway with me running it on performance mode. So within seconds of booting it up in performance mode, straight away I was in the previous video I was going to create and chose not to. I did literally straight away go, oh, this is running a lot better than I expected, because I was expecting maybe another kind of cheap-ass console, cash grab console port of a game that's sat on PC in early access for years, and I was pleasantly surprised at how well it was running in performance mode. But then the shine came off. You know, the initial impressions of, oh, this looks really good and this is running really well, the shine came off that, because within minutes of me playing through these tutorials, I started getting glitches with sound and some sound bugs, and then there was the finicky controls, and I just started thinking in my head, oh, here we go again. Hence why I never posted the video. But I'm going to post this. If this all goes wrong, I'm still going to. You know what? I'm still going to post this. I'm going to put this up, and I'm going to show this in the light that I'm seeing it, so that you can see it, and hopefully the developers will see it, because I'm not being funny, and I don't want to be too critical, but for me to see these problems in a tutorial within minutes of booting the game up and firing the game, it just brings me back to that old question of who the hell tests these things when we are discovering little glitches and stuff like that. Who the hell tests them? Especially when they say, oh, the game's in full release now, it's come out early access, in full release. Did did these problems not persist in the early access version, get patched in day one, and then you decide, there you go, there's a massive big patch that's going to fix everything that we've known about for years in the early access, bang, there you go, Bob's your uncle, you've got a full-blown working version there that's as polished as a gold turd. Or maybe not a turd, but anyway, I'm waffling. But what, yeah, it does kind of beg the old question of who the hell's testing these games? Do game companies or developers not have testing departments anymore? Are we the testers? Are we the testers that aren't getting paid to test games, and they in fact are paying for the game to then test it? Mini rant over. Let's get stuck in and see what the deal is. And like I say, however this shines today is how it's going to get posted up on YouTube for all to see. So let's go. So I think there's 3 maps, by the way, that we've got at the moment. I think the PC version did get 1 extra map along with their out of early access full release, but we've only got the 3 at the moment, I believe. So welcome engineer, in this tutorial you'll learn how to, I didn't read that, walk over to the locomotive. This locomotive is a tank engine, meaning its water tank is mounted directly on the locomotive itself. So left stick to move, right stick to look around, click the left stick down in the usual fashion to sprint. The sprint in this does feel as if you've turned into Usain Bolt. There you go. That's the sprint. I did lower the music down, by the way, because the music when I first when I first fired this up yesterday, when I got all the great intention of creating a video yesterday, the music is very overpowering and overbearing, so I knocked it down to about, I think it was about 15 or 10, got rid of that thing straight away. So look at the water tank lid of the locomotive and open it. So you hold R2 down, and then you literally use the right stick to push up to open that. Now that the lid is open, look at the water tower spout and move it above the tank opening. So you move around here to position yourself so that you then get the prompt to control that. Again, you hold down the R2 button, you pull down on the stick, the spout comes down and fills the locomotive with water. And hopefully that's going in. Yeah, that's going in, yeah. As you can see, the water is now flowing from the spout into the tank of the engine. Once the water is gushing out of the opening, the tank is full. So I was waiting for it to start over pouring, and it doesn't. It literally just tells you that it's full, so you can kind of take the spout back up and get rid. But I was waiting for it to start overflowing. So there you go, well done, the tank is now full. So again, position myself here. This is what I found finicky yesterday, is getting this positioned. See? There you go. Especially when you've got some things that seem to be a little bit out of reach. So good job, the tank is filled and the spout is back up. Locomotives can also carry water with tenders. Walk over to the tender. So that's Betsy. Goodbye, Betsy. Catch you on the flip side. So there is this is a sandbox game, by the way. So as much as I'm doing the tutorial here, the whole premise of the game is it's pretty much, once you start the single player campaign, it's a sandbox with full day-night cycles, dynamic weather, and pretty much a free-for-all for you to build railroads to connect networks and to start transporting and selling goods. And if I understand it correctly, the building of the railroads and the infrastructure of the railroads, etc., doesn't cost you any money. But I think buying the locomotives, trailers and whatnot does. I might need correcting on that, so anybody who knows whether I've spoke incorrectly there, comment down below by all means and put me right. I don't mind being put right. I'd rather have the actual facts correct than not. So by all means correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I don't think the laying of the tracks and the sawing down of trees and the building of outposts and whatnot and sheds and factories has any bearing on your money, but buying the vehicles does. So let's walk over here. So great, there you go. So open the water tank lid of the tender, which is up there. So let's jump up so that we can see it. Then let's open that. And now that the lid is open, look at the water tower spout and move it above the tank opening. So let's bring that down. Oh, I'm not even on target. There we go. Well done, the tank is now full. So let's shove that back up. Which I've done. Job's a good one. Give me a second here. I've got a cat that wants to go out because of course it does, even though there's hurricane weather's here in the UK at the moment. Well, not quite hurricane, but you know, not nasty weather. It does want to go out, so go out and do its business. There you go. He'll be back in within minutes because the weather ain't nice at all. So walk over to the firewood department. Which is over here. So yeah, apart from the fact that I've just had a little bit of a mini rant about the state of the game, and how it's you know, with the minor little niggles that I found within minutes of booting it up yesterday, I've got to say that all this hands-on stuff and the premise of the game and the open, you know, the open sandbox nature of the game and everything, really appeals to me, massively so. So I just hope these little niggles, I just hope it's not one of these games that gets thrown out and then forgotten. I hope they're taking on feedback, you know, like if anybody feeds it back of the issues I've said that I found and other people found them within minutes, I hope they don't kind of throw it out and there you go, and go, there you go, there's your game, and that's how it sits for years. So let's throw 5 pieces of wood in there. Grab 5 more pieces of wood. There's nothing like grabbing your wood first thing in the morning. There you go. Well done, you know how to fill your tender with firewood. Other locomotives burn coal instead of firewood. Now let's have a look at a coal burning locomotive. Walk over to the coaling tower to start, which is that one over there, I believe, next to that locomotive. So I've got like a supply stash here that went down as I took 5 pieces away. So it looks like you're gonna have to constantly resupply your depots and stuff as well, and just keep the wheels, no pun intended, but keep the wheels of the economy and your business running, so to speak. So let's get a Usain Bolt sprint on because he's taking his time. Where does it want me to go here? Let's go. Have I gone to the right place? No, I haven't. Have I? No, I haven't. No, I went there before, didn't I? I haven't even gone to the right place. What a dope. So lower the coaling tower chute. So jump up there. This is where I started to get my first issue. Look at this, you can't, there we go. So there's the coal pouring into the back of, fill the tender with coal, there you go. So well done, it's now been filled with coal, so let's shove the chute back up. We'll put the chute back up. So then that vanishes. I was stood on that when that vanished yesterday and thought it had glitched, but it vanishes and just kind of teleports to join onto this. So the sand of the locomotive is stored in the sand dome. Open the sand dome lid of the locomotive. What the frig? Why can I not get in that door where the sun shoot is? I'll tell you what, let's try this. No, you have to do it from inside the train. See? There, inside the train. I was trying to get inside the train through the door. Oh no, that's for the actual doing the sanding. Ignore me. And you see, here we go now. Here's where the wheels are starting to come off. Here's where the frustrations are starting to kick in. Because where's the sand dome? Where's it pointing at? Oh, there. The arrow's pointing here. God damn it. Ugh. So now that the sand dome is open, look at this thing here. Again, let's try and... There we go, got it eventually. Eventually. So it was sand. So there you go, the sand will help you gain more traction when you're going uphill with every train. Get into the cab and look at the sand lever and open it. There you go. If you step out of the cab, you can see the sand now flowing out of the pipes and onto the rails, which is there. Now you can now close the lever. Got a reflection in the window there. I've only just noticed. Some kind of weird refraction or something going on. So now we will take a look at how to fire up your locomotive from a cold start. Betsy, your first start locomotive, is already waiting for you. Ah, Betsy. So, we meet again. Every steam locomotive needs fuel and water to operate. First check the water level while looking at the water glass. The water column inside the glass indicates we have enough water. Now let's take care of the fuel. Betsy uses firewood for fuel, which is stacked inside the cab. Look at the firewood pile in the cab and pick up 5 pieces of firewood from it. So look at the firebox door of Betsy and open it. And then L2 to add fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you can see, the fire started and smoke is now coming out of the stack. There. During operation you must add fuel to keep the fire going. You can check the current amount of fuel when the firebox door is open. The fire is now heating up the water inside the boiler to its boiling point. This takes a few moments. The water temperature has reached the boiling point. Steam generation has started and the boiler pressure will now begin to rise. The pressure gauge located above your boiler shows the current boiler pressure. As you can see on the pressure gauge, we have reached a boiler pressure of 120 psi and the safety valve for the boiler is opened. Betsy is now ready to operate. To signal Betsy is ready to operate, look at the whistle lever located inside Betsy's cab and blow it. So that's one tutorial done. So let's carry on with the tutorials. In this tutorial you'll learn how to drive your locomotive in first person by using the control menu. Welcome engineer, in this tutorial you will learn how to drive your locomotive in first person and by using the control menu. First of all, switch to the first person view, so click down the right stick to switch cameras, and there you go. You can switch between first and third person camera anytime you want by pressing that stick. Walk over to the locomotive to start. Let's get a Usain Bolt sprint on. There we go. Good old Betsy again here. The first step is to get rolling, is to set the direction of travel. This is done with the reverser. So let's get on board. Reverser. Simply put, you can imagine the reverser as a gear stick in a car. Yeah. Got that. Look at the reverser and set it to 100% forward. Now that you have set the direction, you can release the brake. The brake holds your locomotive in place or slows it down when in motion. So we're on the brake, so let's release the brake. Now you can open the regulator. You can imagine the regulator as a gas pedal of your engine. There we go, and we're off. Set the brake on. So I've already done that with the brake. Well done, the engine has come to a complete stop. I closed the regulator. So now I think it does the does it in reverse. There you go, reverse is in full reverse. Set the brake to 0. Open the regulator and we're off. There we go. So I already closed the regulator, closed the brake, jobs are good. So well done, you've learned how to drive your locomotive in first person. Now let's take a look at the control menu. Look at the locomotive boiler and enter the locomotive. Welcome to the control menu. Adjust your camera distance. So on the right hand side of the control menu, you'll find the status information about your train, like temperatures, pressures, fuel and water levels. In the control menu you find everything you need to control the train. So set the reverse as 1% and go forward. So reverse forward. Decrease the brake. I'd put the brake on then. This is where I got the problems with the sound. Can you hear it? As soon as I go into this viewpoint, look, sound's cutting out. See what I mean about problems? You know, why? How did that not flag? If I can find that in the tutorials, how did that not get picked up before the so-called full release? Because that's, to be fair, that's how I would like to be driving this train in this viewpoint. Because with the use of the sticks and the triggers and whatnot, the left and right triggers and shoulder buttons, it's very remiss for me of Train Sim World, and a lot easier once you enter the cab rather than being hands-on with the levers. I just don't get it. But anyway, we'll go back the other way now. So decrease the brake and go. And you get it in reverse as well, so it must be something that's confined to this viewpoint. You get it when you're going in the other direction. And as much as I said at the start of this video that, you know, it's a minor niggle that should have been picked up before the game come out, now that I'm doing this tutorial for the second time and realising that I much prefer this viewpoint for controlling the train, it's a bit of a... I'm not going to go as far as saying a deal breaker, but it's a bit of a shame. I've got the brake fully... Come on. Have the brake fully on then. So there's another, that's the second tutorial done. So now we're on tutorial 3, and this tutorial will learn how to... So the first tutorial, by the way, was how to supply a locomotive and make it operational from a cold start. The second locomotive was to learn how to drive your locomotive in first person and by using the control menu. Tutorial 3, which I'm about to do, and it will learn you how to re-rail and couple rolling stock. So let's go. So welcome engineer, in this tutorial we'll learn how to re-rail and couple rolling stock. Walk over to the derailed car to start. So, sugarcane logging flat car. To re-rail a car, we need to re-rail tool. Open the tool section menu and select the re-rail tool represented by the crane icon. So you hold L1 down, you move your stick over here, hold it in place and then release L1. Then you select the vehicle by pressing R2 and you literally click on here where the arrow is and press R2 again to place. Now look at the derailed car and select... I've done that. So to rotate, all you let you do is press R2 again and it switches it round. You can tell by where the brake is there, because that's the brake. So if I press R2, the brake's now there. So remember as well, I said that, you know, there's full dynamic weather and full day and night cycle in this, and you have control over the day and night cycle as well, in terms of how long the days last compared to how long the nights last in real world minutes, which you get access to when you start the single player campaign. So the premise of the game, like I say, is brilliant. I love the premise of the game. They just need to iron out some of these issues. So let's close that. You're not getting the dynamic night and day and weather in this tutorial section, but you do get it in the single player game. And I have had a look at the single player game, and it's very much you know, hands off. It's there's no hands on at all. It's there you are, you're in the world, do what you want to do. So walk over to the locomotive to start. Oh, I've got to do look at the coupler and insert a link into it. So R2 for a link, L2 for a pin. So R2 for a link, and L2 for a pin. So well done, as you can see the coupler has a link and a pin. The coupler is now ready for coupling process. Important, use only one link per coupler pair. So I don't have to, what is that saying? I don't have to put a link on that? I think that's saying. Slowly drive the locomotive towards the flat car so the locomotive coupler touches the freight car coupler. So you got the sound bug there again as well, you know, so it's not just confined to the tutorial or that one tutorial. Perfect, the couples are now close together. Kind of. Now look at the front coupler of the car and add a pin to it. Ah, so you want one link, not a pin. Said pin, didn't it? Yeah, so pin. L2 for pin. Perfect. The flat car is now coupled to the locomotive. It's time to move your first train. I mean, it's clearly not. You know, it's clearly not. But when I get back on board this train in a second, you'll see that it actually behaves like it is. Again, minor niggles, but... Oh, look at the brake wheel of the flat car and set the brake. So this is what I was saying before about the brake. So let's jump up on here. I've got to release that brake. There we go. Or I'm going to be dragging it like it's got no legs. And dragging it on its ass if I don't release that brake. Now it's time to bring the train to the destination. Enter the locomotive and drive the train to its destination. So I want to put the reverser in full reverse, release the brake, and apply power, and off we go. So there you go, see I'm dragging the flat car, even though when I was stood in front of it, you could clearly see that they weren't coupled, but we'll forgive that. This sound bug, I'm not so forgiving on. This sound bug needs fixing ASAP because this is my preferred view of play, I've got to say, for ease of use and operation. So this is kind of not as forgivable. This is shameful. Literally got no sound, even if I adjust the cameras. I think the only way of keeping sound in this bit here as if I was to not enter the train, so to speak, and just stand in the back of the train and operate it by manually moving the levers. And it's just, I don't know, it's just like, who the hell tests these games? I mean, when you fire this game up and you get the old, the thing that it's Astragon, because Astragon are the publisher, you then get prompted with a splash screen with one guy's name, and I think this game is pretty much the brainchild of one guy, with a good team behind him, of course. But I think I might reach out to the guy directly, because he was, and just ask him about, just make him aware of this. I would have thought he would have been by now, to be fair. Anyway, I would have thought other players would have made him aware. Full breakers on again. Let's put the reverser as well. I mean, look at the graphics though. I mean, the graphics in some instances, like the graphics and detail on this, brilliant. And there's loads of vehicles that you can buy in this game as well. Loads of vehicles and different trailers and stuff. So remove the pin. There you go, that's 3 tutorials done. 3 tutorials down. So let me just save what I've done there. Right, so that's 3 tutorials under the belt. That's taken me 52 minutes, which, because I'm recording natively on the PS5, it only lets me record for an hour. So I'm going to end this first part of this video here, and I will post part 2 up very, very shortly, which will feature and cover, hopefully, given enough time, the remaining 3 tutorials before I then get stuck into a single player game to see how we fare in a single player game. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do so already, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I do post further content. Comment below as well on anything or any thoughts you have on the game, anywhere you think that I may have gone wrong, any of the finicky sections of the game where you saw me clearly struggling with getting the prompts to activate leaves and stuff. If there's better ways, smooth ways of doing that, and I'm being a moron, I won't take offence. I will gladly welcome being told an easier way of interacting with levers and switches and buttons and stuff. So please comment below and let me know what you think, what your thoughts are on the game, and if you've played it, again, drop me your thoughts. If you've encountered that bug that I've encountered with the sound glitch, again, comment below. The more people I get commenting on it, the better. I am going to feed that back to the guy. I'm not going to be nasty about it. There's no need to be toxic and nasty about it. I'm just going to feed it back, make him aware. If they're aware, hopefully can work on it. Might have been something really basic that slipped through the net when they released it. But anyway, I'm out of here. So thanks for watching. Again, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on part 2, which I'll be posting very, very shortly. So take care, everyone. Have a good day, and I'll see you soon.